Good morning, children. Hope you all have completed your vacation homework and you all had a very happy and a safe stay at home during the lockdown period. So, in the previous classes, we have seen about the nutrition in human being and the human digestive system and its working. So, next in this chapter, we are going to look about the respiration. As you all know about respiration, that respiration is a process in which the energy is produced by using the absorbed nutrient and maybe in presence or absence of oxygen. So on the basis of presence or absence of oxygen, the respiration is categorized into two types. That is what it is called as aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. When we talk about respiration, some of you might be saying that respiration is a process of what? Intake of oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. But let me tell you that these two are totally different. When we talk about inhalation of oxygen and exhalation of carbon dioxide, that process is a physical process and it is called as water breathing, which do not require any energy. It's a simple physical process. But when we talk about respiration, it is the process in which energy generation takes place, utilizing the nutrient or the glucose molecule and maybe using oxygen or may not be using the oxygen. The process of generation of energy is called as respiration. So the respiration is completely a biochemical process. Breathing is a part of a respiration when we talk about aerobic respiration. So we say during aerobic respiration, carbon dioxide is released or it is given out. How we can prove that during respiration CO2 is only released? So it can be demonstrated by a very simple activity which is given in your activity 6.4 in your book. That is what? If you take a test tube and fill it with the lime water, if you pass the air with the help of a syringe or simply you blow air with your mouth from a pipe, the lime water turns milky, which shows that during respiration carbon dioxide is released. So when I talk about the respiration, as I have told you that respiration is a process in which the glucose molecule is broken down to release energy. So when I say to release energy, that means what? The glucose is breaking down. And it is not the direct method that glucose immediately gets converted into energy, but it takes place in a stepwise direction. Like what? Here you can see this thing in a pathway which is given in a very elaborated way, in a flowchart way. Do study and practice this different methods of breakdown of glucose. So you can see here the breakdown of glucose by various pathway, whether the organism is aerobic or anaerobic. It can be given by this flow chart. Here you can see this is water glucose. So this glucose molecule enters in the cell of a living organism. It enters into the cytoplasm of the cell. Okay, so with the different enzymes present in the cytoplasm, this glucose is first converted into pyruvate. Remember, glucose is a 6-carbon compound and in the cytoplasm, with the help of the enzyme present in it, it gets converted into pyruvate, which is a 3-carbon molecule. During the conversion of glucose into pyruvate, a small amount of energy is released. Now here comes the difference, whether the further breakdown of this pyruvate will be in presence of oxygen or in absence of oxygen. This is a common pathway which occurs both in aerobic and anaerobic respiration. That is what? Conversion of glucose into pyruvate. Further, if we talk about anaerobic respiration, the example is what? Yeast. As you all know that anaerobic respiration is a respiration which occurs in absence of oxygen. So in absence of oxygen, like what? In yeast. Yeast is a unicellular fungi. So in absence of oxygen in yeast, this pyruvate gets converted into ethanol and carbon dioxide, and during this what energy is released. Ethanol is a 2 carbon molecule, okay, and it occurs in the cytoplasm itself. Whereas when we talk about the aerobic respiration, this pyruvate which was generated or produced in the cytoplasm travels into the mitochondria, where in presence of oxygen the further generation of energy takes place. That is what the aerobic respiration, and during which what happened, the carbon dioxide and water is released along with the energy. The third alternative pathway occurs in your muscle cells when there is a scarcity of oxygen. Whenever you do heavy physical work, what happens? The lack of oxygen is there in our body. So in that condition, it does not undergo this last pathway, but it enter into a alternative pathway which is called as lactic acid pathway. So in lack of oxygen or scarcity of oxygen in our muscle cells, the pyruvate get converted into lactic acid, which is again a 3 carbon compound only, and during which what energy is released. And remember student, this lactic acid is accumulated in our body. Why? Because when during normal respiration this CO2 is produced, so we have a pathway to eliminate this CO2. During exhalation we can very easily get rid of carbon dioxide, but when this lactic acid is produced, we don't have any pathway in our body by which this lactic acid will be immediately excreted or removed out from our body. So what happened? Wherever this lactic acid is produced, that means in whichever muscle cell this lactic acid is produced, it get accumulated in the surrounding of that particular cell, during which what you feel a cramps. What is a cramp? You feel a pain now when all of a sudden you are not in a habit of doing a heavy physical work and you run for a many kilometers, or you have done a very hard or a very heavy workout or exercise, you feel pain in your hands, arms or legs, etc. So that is due to the lactic acid production only. So this lactic acid gets accumulated in our body, and which is responsible for causing what? Cramps in our body. As you have seen that this energy is released, this energy is produced for our cellular activity. The different activities in our cell which is being carried out is with the help of this energy only. So the energy released during cellular respiration is immediately used, okay, and it gets converted into a molecule which is called as what? ATP. ATP full form is what? Adenosine triphosphate. So ATP is the energy currency of our cell, which is being formed by ATP. This energy is generated from ADP. The ADP, with the help of the energy liberated during respiration, gets converted into ATP, which further provides what? The which further provides energy to our cell to perform its activity. So as you know that aerobic respiration or anaerobic respiration, it is there. It occurs in different organism. When we talk about aerobic respiration, it occurs in higher organism. The common example is plants and animals, whereas when we talk about anaerobic respiration, it occurs in the cytoplasm of the, or it occurs in the lower organism like what? Fungi. So here it is just what about the difference between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Please write down this in your copies also. So aerobic respiration occurs in presence of oxygen, whereas anaerobic respiration occurs in absence of oxygen. When we talk about aerobic respiration, complete oxidation of glucose molecule occur, whereas when we talk about anaerobic respiration, incomplete or partial oxidation of glucose occur. We have seen In aerobic respiration, the glucose or the pyruvate completely get converted into what? CO2 and energy. Whereas when we talk about anaerobic respiration or lactic acid pathway, in that lactic acid or ethyl alcohol was formed. When we talk about the end product of the aerobic respiration, the end products are what? CO2 and water. Whereas in anaerobic respiration, the end products are ethyl alcohol and lactic acid. During aerobic respiration, a lot amount of energy is released, that is what the 38 ATP. Whereas when we talk about the anaerobic respiration, a small amount of energy is released, we say it what? 2 ATP per glucose molecule. Aerobic respiration occurs in cytoplasm when is completed in mitochondria, whereas anaerobic respiration occurs only in cytoplasm. This is how we can represent the equation for aerobic respiration, that's C6H12O6, that is what? A glucose molecule in presence of oxygen. So C6H12O6 plus 6CO2 gives 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus 686 kilocal of energy. Whereas when we talk about anaerobic respiration, the glucose molecule or the one molecule of C6H12O6 yields 2 C2H5OH ethyl alcohol molecule, that is plus 2 CO2 plus 56 kilocals of energy. You can see the difference here, 686 kilocals of energy, and here only 56 kilocal of energy is released. Aerobic respiration is most common in plants and animal, whereas anaerobic respiration occurs in bacteria, which is anaerobic. Apart from that, it occurs in some fungi like yeast and in human muscle cell. So please go through with this introductory part of aerobic and anaerobic respiration and its difference. Next, aerobic respiration and human respiratory system will continue in the next class. Thank you.